Hello and welcome to this video for Raid Shadow Legends. This will be part 5 of my Beginner's Bootcamp series, which details the processes of starting a new account and taking that account from the very beginning of the game to somewhere around, well, it looks like I'm at level 24 right now, so I might even be going further than level 20. We're going to be petering off here. I'll say right now maybe level 30, maybe level 40. I'm trying to get you through the first parts of the game, everything unlocked, so that you're on your own and every detail has been explained. And as I have already stated in that brief video, that by the time you watch this will be a couple before this, talking about the issues I had with part 3. If there's anything you feel I've not covered very well, anything you wish that I had covered, let me know, leave a comment below. If you're very happy with what I've been doing, please let me know about that too. I really would appreciate the encouragement. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to keep the continuity. I've been playing the game, logging in, doing my stuff every day, but I've been leveling up, and I don't want to get so far ahead of wherever I left off. I don't even know where I was in part 4, that it feels like that I've jumped way ahead of you. If you're playing a new game, you should be able to start a new game the same time I do, play just as much as I do, doing the same stuff that I tell you to do, and you should be around the same level. So if you've been following the video, starting a new account, and then following the video from that point, you should either be very close to level 24 by this point, these many days in, or you should be a little ahead or just slightly behind, but you shouldn't be like level 10 or 12. You should be further than that in the game. The idea here is that we can progress and advance in the game together. To that end, I have decided that today we're going to kind of blend in with the video. We're going to blend in my daily processes. I don't want to sit here and go through everything because I will play probably for an hour or two, but I'll give you an overview. I'll tell you what I'm doing, and I'll do some of that stuff while we're going through the video, and you can kind of see what I do every day. I have a couple of things to discuss, and we will get on that here very shortly, but right now I've just started up the game. I've clicked off all the pop-ups, and now I'm following the red dots and checking out what's around. So I've got a 4-star weapon here. My silver is not very good for this. The weapon does not have great stats. That HP flat stat isn't bad, but it's not good enough for me to put my money into it. I will get this. Every day you get a reward for buying something here in the market. And I might have referred to this as the marketplace before. This I will buy. This is a critical rate set. A speed substat of this helmet has been unlocked, which means that this will go to 6 or so. That would be very useful right now. I have enough money for it. This is a legendary weapon, which is why it has the fancy stuff on it, and look at the stats it has. But I don't have the money for this. If I had the money, I'd buy it, because we've got crit rate, we've got a crit attack, and we've got crit damage. So one of the things that I'm going to do, I've got an hour to get this. I am going to work at trying to get this weapon, because this is an excellent weapon. All of these stats are percentage based. All of these stats are desirable for a weapon. Even if the HP is the only thing that goes up, you're still going to benefit from these other stats. So this is definitely on my list to buy. This is a very good selection of things here. I think I hear thunder outside. Here we have an accuracy 3-star shield. Now I'm a little torn about buying this, because right now where I am in the game, I'm actually playing and getting 3-star gear occasionally. So I think from here on out in the marketplace, I'm going to focus on 4-star and ignore all 3 and 2-star gear. That'll save me a little money, and I recommend that you do the same. I am still saving up gems so that I can unlock this slot here in the marketplace, and then I will use silver to unlock this if I have enough at that time. Right now we need to open some gems, because you have to summon, you don't have to, but you get rewarded for summoning 3 champions every day. And I'm going to go ahead today and I'm going to summon one of my ancient shards, just because I want to do a break. So we'll have a mini summoning session here. And I can't do it because apparently I don't have enough slots. I have not checked in on my... I must have summoned last night before I went to bed and then forgot to clean that up. So I will work on that. That'll be part of the processes that we'll be following along. We've got some new events that have come in. Looks like we have a Dungeon Divers event. And this is not one that I'm going to think about getting very far with. I would love to get this champion though. This champion right here, although it's not letting me see it, I'll show you. He has a weapon. And I don't mean like a normal weapon. I meant to say he has a gun. He's the only champion that has a gun. I want that champion desperately just because he has a freaking gun. It's just really cool, I think. But now I gotta find him so I can show you. Take a look at that. I went over all the champions that were included in the fusion, that were part of the fusion in another video. So take a look at my other videos for Raid Shadow Legends to find out more about him. Let's check up here in the mailbox. Haven't had any gifts lately, but I have a lot of energy, so that's good. So what have I done with my champions? Now, I've kind of talked about this. I had to narrate over in part 3. But what I have done is I've invested some gems, and I have increased this once or twice, I think. Probably twice, because I think it was at 10, and now it's at 30. And you get 10 slots. So I probably invested some gems here, and you can see I'm full up. And I'm full up over here almost. So let's see what we can do. Well, I've got 4 here of this one. I can feed her into that, and that will free up those slots. So we'll start with that. Now this one here I have already ready to go, and I have enough silver for it. So let's go ahead and take whoever we have here. We need to level up and take care of that right now. And this is my process of building food until I have unlocked the sparring pit. Now, I should talk a little bit about the sparring pit in a couple other areas of the game. I'm not sure if I want to do that here or in another video. And I messed up. I did not mean to click the X and get out of there. I do that all the time, even now on my main account. It's very strange. It's just a weird habit I've kind of fallen into. Okay. Now, I have taken, and I don't know if I mentioned this or showed it in any of the previous videos, but I've actually taken Elhain here. I had enough money. I took the commander champion that you saw that I had, the sniper, the sniper champion I had, and one other one that I had gotten, I can't remember the name of. I took those 3. They were already at level 30 because I had been using them in the campaign. So I already had them leveled up and ready to go. Now, I did not need to ascend them. So keep that in mind. You just need to level them up. You only need to level up and ascend if you're in a fusion event. And the fusion event requires the champions be leveled up. These are rare champions. They want you to take them to level 40, which means you have to rank them up once, and then they want them fully ascended in order for you to get any of these other champions. If you get these 4 rares and you have leveled them up to 40, level 4 stars, and then you have ascended them, then you can fuse them and get this lady here, this mouse lady that I showed you in a previous video. Same for this column, same for this column, same for this column. I have been able to get this guy through one of the arena events. So I do have Headsman, and he's kind of a cool character. I kind of like his looks, and he's perfect for Halloween. So I've got him in my roster now, and I'm leveling him up because he has some good kit. And I talk more about him in that video I mentioned. But that's how this works. And when you have all 4 of these, well, these you now have to take. They start out, they are an epic, so they go to level 40 already. Then you level them up, rank them up once, so they're 5-star, and then you level them up to 50, and then you ascend them. And once you have these 4 done that way, you can then take them and you can fuse this. And you will need money, I believe, either through, I think for each of these fusions and this one here at the end. You'll need money to be able to do the fusions. I think it costs about 1 million silver. So that's why I said when we first, about the time I first started the series with you, I said we're not going to worry about the fusions right now. We don't have the resources. We don't have the champions for it. So that's why we're not doing that. But that's how all of these work. This one is working with rares. So if you get these rares, again, ranking them up to 4-star, and then leveling them up to 40, and then ascending them all the way through the 4 stars, you can fuse this champion. And the same here. Now this one will be less. It won't cost as much money because this is only an epic. This one will be $1 million, I believe, because it is a legendary. And the same process here. And you see they're all pretty much the same. Sometimes they do variate this, like right here. These will let you have this champion. If you get these champions and these champions, you rank them up to 3, their maximum level 33 star. So you just all you have to do is level them up to 30 and then ascend them, and then you can fuse them and get these two, which you also take to level 30 and fully ascend, and then you have to have these 2 rares to finish the process of getting this epic. And this epic has a resurrect of 2, I believe 2 at a time. I still haven't done much with Broadmob, but I don't know if I can recommend him yet or not, but that's what the guy looks like. I didn't have to go through the fusion, as I said. I was able to summon him. So I've got some more stuff here. Okay, so we need to make some more room. I still don't have enough space for everything. So now I've got some 2 stars here. And I'm thinking I should make some of these into food. So I think I'll take this one because I can double that one. Now, when you level up a champion up to 3 times, they'll want you to do this every day. Once you've leveled up a champion to 3 times, then it will give you another one of your daily tasks completed. Now that message that popped up, this guy's required for a fusion, and it's just warning me that if I do this, that I might lose that ability to fuse that guy and get that fusion. Well, it doesn't matter to me because right now I'm not doing the fusion, and I'll get 100 million more of that guy by the time, you know, I get to a point where I could do the fusion. So I don't even know why the warning's there. It's kind of pointless because I won't ever have to worry about that. He's really easy to get a hold of. Some of these are not, but that one's pretty easy to get a hold of. And this is how I will work. I will come over here, I will pull out any doubles that I have, but I'll just kind of dump them in here, and then I'll pull out the doubles and then level up and then put them back in here so they don't take up as much room. And I just do that every day. And I try to keep this here as open as possible because then I can go ahead and do my summoning. They want you to summon 3 champions every day. That's part of your dailies. So I'm summoning my 10, a batch of 10. I won't summon more unless it's a summoning event. Now, Salt, and I don't know if other creators, but at least Salt, who's a creator at YouTube that I watch, strongly recommends that you use the mystery shards for completing, like if they have a summon rush or something, but you get so few points out of that that I don't really recommend it, and I don't think it's worth it. I kind of disagree with him. It just doesn't seem worth it to me. On those summoning events, it seems like the best way to get points is to just make sure that you use some of your special shards. You want to save most of them for double rates, and I always recommend that you do, just like Salt recommends. Just kind of got to play your own game and figure out how you want to do it, but that would be my recommended course. I just save up the mystery shards, not for summoning rate events. I save them up mostly just so I can do my 3 summons. I just do a batch of 10 every day. And then occasionally, if there's a summoning rate event, I'll open a few more just because you get a few points out of it, but it's really not worth it in the long run. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I can look at my quest and I can see what else I need to do. I've got to use 50 energy, I've got to make 4 artifact accessory upgrade attempts, and I've got to win a campaign battle 7 times. In my weeklies, I've got to claim the reward for 5 times, so I'll get that tomorrow, and I got to upgrade an artifact to level 12, which I can't do because I don't have the silver for that. In the monthly, I've got to rank somebody up to level 5. 2 artifacts to level 16. This requires a lot of silver, so I don't know if I'll be able to do that for a while. And I got to win 500 campaign battles. And in the advanced, we don't have to worry about it, and I still can't do anything with the notifications. So at this point, what I would do, because you have to fight a campaign boss 3 times typically each day, I will just go in wherever I'm weak on gear and I need some gear, which right now for me happens to be this one. And I will go ahead and hit the clan boss a few times. So let's see, I will bring in, instead of him, I'll bring in this guy so I can level him up. I need to level these two up so I can turn, and this guy up so I can turn him into food. But I don't want to bring in too many weak characters and end up dead. Although this one's pretty simple to beat. Maybe I'll go ahead and risk it. Take two 2-stars. Let's see how that works. And I'm just going to do 9 multi-battles. I usually do 10, up to 10 on a campaign boss, even though I only need 3. And I usually have those boxes for the 2-star and 3-star artifacts checked, but in this case, I think I would just check it for 2-star. This will go very quickly. I have it on auto and 2 times. Now I will interrupt the auto battle if somebody levels up so I can bring in somebody else. Now, I don't want to do a lot of leveling up outside of any sort of an event, and oh yes, this is a very good champion. You see her even in the arena. She's not the best champion in the world, but for right now, at this part in the game, she's at least mid-level, I think. I've seen her used quite a bit, and she's farmable, so she's easy to book. Any kind of champion that's halfway decent, that's farmable, you're going to want, because if you get any duplicates of that champion, then you can use those duplicates to rank that champion up. And there's a good champion here in this dungeon, which is that one. And there's a good champion in the speed. I don't remember the actual name of the area, but where you get the speed gear. That spike helmet guy from the first Incarnate Castle from the health gear dungeons I've seen him in the arena in the later stages, and I guess he's pretty good, but I hardly ever get him as a farmable champion. I usually end up getting the other ones. You see how fast this is going. And I do this every single day without fail. And I make sure I have this done by 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And really, I should have it done somewhere between 4:30 and 5, so I have a little bit of slack there. So take a look at this champion we got here. So these are her beginning stats, I suppose. She's an attack champion. She has a 15% decreased speed debuff, 20% chance of placing an extra hit, then a 3 times at random attack. I believe this is an AoE. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a 30% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. And 3 times at random, 60% decreased defense. I think this is what everybody's using her for. Getting that booked up because it's so easy to book up once you ascend her. I guess maybe she's not as awesome as I thought she was, but I've seen her a lot. I fought with her, used her a couple of times, and she seemed pretty powerful and hit pretty hard, so we'll have to see what happens with her. I'm glad to have another 3-star. So the next thing I would do in my day, so this would be the campaign battle part. This would be 50 energy, so that's good. Next thing I would do is I would look at my champions, and I would see, here she is, her maximum stats. I would see what gear my champions are needing, because I might not remember, and now that I have 2 accounts that I'm running, it's kind of hard to get all my facts straight. Everything kind of blurs together. So let's see what we've got here. I think I've got the best gear I can get on her. You can see how I've been equipping everybody, and if you have any questions about what I've chosen, just let me know. I need to get gloves, so I'm going to do 10 fights in the accuracy glove really quickly. And I'm looking to get myself some 3-star gloves. So, we have leveled up this guy. That's good. We need to work on him next. We'll level up this one. And we'll bring in these 2. And we will do 10 fights here. And then I will save those final 10 for when I get up. I will come back to the game, and I'll probably use it either in the potion dungeons or for an event or whatever. I'll use that the next day. Okay, so I'm going to slow it down now and get back to normal speed. Something I should have pointed out, I just realized. Those yellow numbers you see, those mean I have stored a critical hit. Green number is the amount of healing that has occurred on a champion. The red, I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head, but I believe the white is like a hit between two equal affinities, and the red is like a weak hit. I believe that's how it is. If you're seeing more yellow in your numbers over the opponent's heads when you're hitting them, then you know that you've got the crit rate at a good spot there. You always want to get that crit rate as high as you can. That's what will make sure you get those critical hits, because that's how you do the most damage. And we got one 3-star glove, and we got a defense, which isn't great, but it'll work for now. I'd like to have a critical damage, but I'll take that. Now, I've only got a few more minutes left to get this wonderful little axe that I want, and I have just almost no idea of enough money, so let's go ahead and bite. We're going to buy it. And now I'm broke. But that was worth it. That's a good axe. And I want to be able to use that later. And I can earn some of that money back by now going through my gear. I'll filter it, go to the just new, and just sell everything that I do not need. I'll leave those two alone. And what kind of a glove is this? Ooh! Divine Speed Crit Damage Glove. And a crit rate glove. I don't think I've ever seen that. Be very careful what you select here. You don't want to delete something you like or just bought. Alright, so naturally we need to get 4 upgrades. That's another part of the dailies. So all I have to do for that is just go in here and do this. Keep in mind that it's going to cost more to upgrade higher star weapons. I don't believe the rarity affects that, just the star ability. So we did upgrade the HP. It'd be interesting to see what the other... It'll pick which thing it'll upgrade. These are all unlocked, so you don't have to worry about unlocking anything, but it picks which one of these gets doubled roughly or whatever it does. And it'll even pick how much you get, whether it's doubled or a little less or a little more. So you just got to keep that in mind. But that accomplished that goal. And now we're just about done. So let's do a couple of arena fights. Now I think I went over the arena with you in the last video. I think. I'm going to refresh. We'll battle this one. And I think we're going to use my new guy here. I can't remember if I've equipped him. You can go to Champions and you can look at him and see, okay, he's got some equipment. He's not great, but he's got some equipment. So, and I know that these two do some excellent debuffs. And actually, I want to change this up a bit. I'm going to put it this way. The order matters sometimes, though I haven't figured it all out yet. So you get another one of your dailies is you get that energy refill every time that you do 5 arena battles. But that's a hard one to get sometimes because the arena can be very difficult and unforgiving, and just sometimes you just don't want to play it. Something I might not have mentioned, but you get points if there's some kind of a tournament coming on. You get these, I'm not entirely sure what these are called. But you get this and you get this, and I believe some of this material you take into the Great Hall. I can't remember which one or if it's both. You take it into the Great Hall and then you can upgrade those bonuses. And I will do a video on the Great Hall, probably the next video. I probably won't do it this video. And then that bar in the middle, that's stuff that you will use to give yourself some, make yourself some artifacts in the forge when you've unlocked it. So that's my defense team. This is who I've selected right now, and that's going to change at some point. I wish these pop-ups would not be there. They just really annoy me, and I'm not winning any battles right at the moment in defense. Okay, so these are the medals that you use to upgrade your bonuses, but I don't know what the cross sword thing is. I'll have to do my research on that because I don't know what those are right now. So we're about 1 week in, 7 days. And we're already at level 20, approaching level 25 very shortly. And you should be seeing similar results. Within your first week, you should be getting to level 20 at least. Okay, something that happened I needed to explain to you. Silver can be a limited resource at time, and you will find yourself starving for it. And I was for a little bit, and then I all of a sudden got a big old batch of it from something I did. I can't remember exactly what. It wasn't a login reward. But I did something and I got a bunch of silver and it got me through. But just be aware that you might not have, you might run out of your silver. So try to be sparing, follow the tips I gave you, try to be careful how much you spend. I'm not going to try to upgrade any more artifacts until I bolster this number. Since I have so much energy, I can go ahead and do some farming, and by my farming and using this energy, maybe using 300 or 400 of this energy, I will have 100 to 200,000 silver between the gear I can sell and the silver that I earn. And also I might get some champions that I can add to my roster. So that's the benefits of farming. So that's what I would be doing. Since I don't have very high silver and I don't have very high gems, but I have very high ability here on energy, I can farm. And that's what I'll do. This starving for silver will happen when you're transitioning, as I've been doing, from your 2-star to your 3-star champions. I've been focusing on leveling up and getting these 3-star champions to 30, putting potions on them, giving them potions, and ranking up these so I can take these and turn them into 3-stars and then turn them into food to rank up the 3-stars. So it took a lot of my silver to do that and get El Hain so I could get her to level 40. And now I've got to do it for some of these other champions, and I got to figure out which ones I'm going to do that for. And by the way, I did get this champion from the special Novice tournament. Let me know how you did in your progress on the Novice tournament. I'm curious to know. And let me know what your champion roster looks like now, about 6 days in. Do you have yourself at least 6 or more rares? I mean, do you have 6 or more rares? Or do you have a legendary? Do you have some epics? Let me know what you got. Okay, so something I need to cover is something here called the progress missions. So I want to go more in depth on this. I covered it, I talked about it briefly in an earlier video. But each of these missions, they have an assignment for you. And if you're able to meet the assignment, you get the reward listed. So right now it says equip a rare attack type champion with 6 offense artifacts. So another good thing for me to do if I go farm, which I will do, I'll be doing that off screen. I won't be recording that more than likely. Another thing I can do is take that 1-star gear that I get from farming and I can put that on a champion. And one of my attack champions, now that I've got a couple of new ones, that I do have a rare attack champion, so that doesn't have any gear, so I can give them that cheap 1-star gear, and I can either destroy the 1-star gear and not worry about it, or I can remove it and then sell it. Whichever process I wish to go. I usually remove and sell, but probably in the 1-star gear's case, I would probably destroy it. But I've typically, all the time that I've played on my main account, I've always just removed and sold. So that's probably not the smartest move on the silver, but for whatever reason, I just haven't destroyed anything. But play your own game, do what you wish on that. But that would be my advice. Use the low-star rare attack gear. And what you got to do is you got to go for this first progress mission. You got to go in here to the campaign. You got to go here to the Sewers of Arnok. This is the offense set here that they have. It says offense 1 to 3. Get yourself one of each of these pieces, the lowest star you can get if you don't have it already still in your stash. If you already have 1 star of each of these or 2 star of each of these or some combination, then you can use those, or you can try to hunt down just get 1 stars, whatever you think is best. Budget your resources wisely, do what you think is best, but put the cheapest gear you can on your champion, then you won't feel bad if you have to destroy it, and then it's a little easier to accomplish that progress mission. Then the next one will be equip a rare attack champion with 6 offense artifacts of level 4 or higher. So that's when you upgrade an artifact to level 4. So to do both of these at once, if you're smart and you want to budget your time and you have enough silver, I think it might work. You can equip your 1-star artifacts. As I advise, you can go to level 4 on those. You can equip those, upgrade them to level 4 and then equip them, and then this would probably make both of those be done. And then anything else that you've done before you've done these you'll just pop up here and you'll be able to claim the reward, like clear stage 7. Well, we've probably already done that, so that'll probably show up. And then here we got rare support with life artifacts, and it looks like life artifacts level 4 or higher, so same process here. So it doesn't go from here to here, it goes from here, cycles over, and then does something here, here, and here again, then cycles over to something here, here, and here again, and one more cycle, and then it goes all the way to the end. You see this says right here, part 1 of 4, 1 of 286 here. And I don't quite understand the math on this, but that's how this will work. This will flip, these first 3 will flip over 4 times. Once you have all 4, you have part 4 of 4, it's all done. You're on this last one, you have it done, and the bar is somewhere around here, and this is 4 of 4 in yellow. You're working your way to getting your first legendary, or maybe it's your second or third legendary, or maybe even higher, but that's Arbiter right there. And she's a good support type champion. Okay, so I thought I should talk a little bit about the challenges here. So each of these tabs is a different area of where you can do some challenges. Here are the champion challenges. These are challenges related to things that you do with the champion. Upgrade 6 common champions to level 10. So that means taking some 1-star champions and in the process of turning them into food, you'll upgrade them to level 10, and then you'll get this goal will be accomplished. And it'll keep track as you do your 1-star champions to level 10. You can speed this along by just feeding whatever you want into any one of the 1-star champions and getting them to level 10 just by stuffing them full of other 1-star champions. And then you've got rank 2. So when you get them to level 10, to get both of these at the same time, rank them up 1 more star, and then you get this. And it looks like, oh, they're even going to make us do 3 common champions to level 20. So you got to rank them up and level them up. 3 common champions to rank 3. And then you got to rank them up 1 more time. I don't recommend going to 3-star, but since you have to do it for this, just do it. And then you'll accomplish that. And then this screen will go to the next part. Right now I'm on part 2 of 5. Here I'm on part 1 of 10. Part 2 of 5. Part 1 of 3. Reach Bonds 3 in the Classic Arena. Upgrade any bonus at the Great Hall. This stuff we'll go over in a later video. Here's your dungeon challenges. Place a decreased defense debuff on the Forest Guardian while beating stage 5 of the Forest Keep. So each of these gives you a goal. So if you have energy and you have unlocked certain areas and you feel confident enough with your progress, you can actually fairly easily just come in here and just decide, I'm going to do this today, I'm going to do this today, I'm going to do whatever it is, you're going to do that, and then you come in here and get that goal. And that's basically how you're to approach these challenges. They're a challenge for you. When you get to a certain point in the game, you can come in here and grab these, and as you're just doing your normal dailies and just playing the game, you'll be able to collect some of these, as you've seen. So let's talk about Shaman, but I think I want to go more in depth tomorrow. But Shaman will work for you as a support champion, and her main skill that you're going to be interested in is this Resurrect and Shield. But we'll go more into detail when I get her tomorrow. I think that'd be more appropriate. I should put a note on my thing. Okay, I talked about the fusion summons and how they worked. I did not talk about the fragment summons and how they work. So the fragment summons, I believe I mentioned this briefly in an earlier video, you collect fragments of a champion, and once you get the amount that is required and you have the money for it, you can then summon this champion. So this one there's no more way to get any shards, this one there's no more way to get any shards, and this one there's no way to get any more shards. But Drexthar, when you unlock the Tag Team Arena, you will be able to purchase Drexthar's shards. So Tag Team Arena will unlock at level 35. Once it does, there will be, and I'll do a video on that when I reach that area, which will be a couple of episodes from now. There'll be a bazaar, and you can buy 1 shard each day, each 24-hour period, and eventually get that Drexthar legendary champion. Okay, I think that'll cover it. We will talk about the Great Hall and maybe cover a little bit on the gem mine and the sparring pit tomorrow. And we'll go over the bonuses and that sort of thing. I think I've kind of shown you a day in the life of what I normally do each day. We've gone through and done all of the daily quests and most of the weeklies. So you've seen how that works. If you have any questions, let me know. Put a comment below. If there's any feedback or suggestions, put a comment below. If there's anything you think I haven't covered very well, let me know. If you think I've done a very good job, let me know. I would appreciate the support. Thumb up if you liked the video. Thumb down if you did not. Give me some feedback if you give me a thumbs down. And subscribe if you want to see more videos. The next part should be coming probably right after this one. I'll be doing like a couple, I think, every weekend through the end of October, but I can't commit entirely to that, but I think that's the plan. I'll see you in the next video.